Tier list time 2024 edition, new ban list, new year. Who this? Here we go. So first off, we have Boojin. Boojin is in the stinky poop tier. Next we have ABC. You can play it, I guess. It's not really going to do too much. Followed by Arcana, which is in stinky poop. And Ancient Gear goes in the you can play it, I guess, tier. VF they're in the stinky tier. Same with Watts. Same with Violons. I tried playing Violons on the ladder once. That's a video on my channel. It didn't go well. Evil Heroes. Fire Kings right now, currently, you can play it, I guess. But they're gonna get more support. They'll be good eventually. Gate Guardian, it's gonna go in the OK decks. You lost one, there can be one only. And losing one TC Boo does hurt the deck. The deck is still decent. You did also lose a Fenrir, which also kind of hurts the deck because running Fenrir in there helped it quite a bit. But there are other variants of the deck. The deck is still like playable. It's still easier to make the Gate Guardian 3-piece or 2-piece fusions than it is to make Buster, and a couple of them have pretty decent effects. I have tested it on the ladder this season, and it's decent. Spellbooks. So like Spellbook Stun even is pretty much dead at this point. You have Jowgen Lock, but that's about it. I feel like it's in the doo-doo category. Um Blue can go next to Gate Guardian in no particular order. It's it's meh. Uh Nalamria, the dreaming archetype, those dudes. I've seen some builds for them that are decent with Gren Manju. The pots that banish are like restricted, but you can still do a banish shenanigans deck with this, and it'll be okay. I don't know if this engine is really going to be impactful. It might fall into the you can play it, I guess, category, or it might be slightly better. But because this is mainly speculation at the time of this video, I'm going to put it in the OK decks tier. Next, we have Prank Kids. Prank Kids kind of dead at this point. Like, I'd rather play Gate Guardian than Prank Kids, even. Trickstar, you could play it. It's not really the best. Ubel, definitely in the doo-doo tier. Same with Tunes. Lots and lots of trains. You can play it, I guess. You're really not going to get very far on the ladder with it. Endymion. Endymion's going to go in the good decks category. Despia, like Despia branded shenanigans. I think it's probably the best, one of the best decks of the format. And it's mainly going to be a branded engine, like branded heavy. Like the only Despia cards you're going to run are Alabar, the one that adds one of the branded spells, and maybe Jester, and maybe the one 3000 attack one that negates. But Despia definitely better as an engine. If it was like a pure Despia deck without like branded, it would definitely be lower. But I do feel like Despia branded still very good. Um, Drytron Herald, you can play it, I guess. Generators, whatever you want to call them, okay. You probably won't see them on the ladder, but they're okay. I'm gonna put Minkonko in good decks. This deck is still decent. It does its thing. It just does what it does. It's like Numeron in previous formats. You'll see it. You'll lose to it occasionally. It'll happen. Visa Starfrost good stuff, featuring Scareclaw and the new fusion and all that other stuff. I'm gonna put it in good decks. At the top of good decks, I might sneak into great. Um, Spearoids, they finally got that one good card back at 3. I can never remember the name. I think it's Terror Top or Talkenborg, one of the two. I'm actually going to put it in OK decks. There's a lot of good secret options for it at this point. The deck, it's okay. It's not. You're probably not going to see it out of Platinum. You're probably not going to see it in Diamond or above. Stardust is its own like archetype with like the Stardust Charge Warrior and everything. You can play it, I guess. I rather play Trains or any of the archetypes above it before I play Stardust, but you can. Volcanics, one of my favorite decks of all time, unfortunately landing in the stinky category. Um, Marinsis, I'm gonna put Marinsis in good decks just because the representation's really low. You almost never see it, and more people are running Kaijus now, and have been because of Pearly, even though Pearly's not too good anymore, but I feel like it's good enough to be in the good decks category, probably closer to the end of it, maybe at the top of a K decks. Um, Sprite, Live Twin, or Live Twin as a whole, I feel like it goes right there. I feel like it's a little bit better than Gate Guardian, maybe tied. It depends. I'd like to play that matchup. Somebody comment down below if you play Live Twins. Let's have a Gate Guardian Live Twin matchup for the stream one day. It'd be fun. Magispector, unfortunately, it's doo doo right now. I can't wait until it's not doo doo, until it's like playable, because I really like the deck. Like, I love the deck. Uh, Inzectors, you can play it, I guess. It's gonna be at like the very end. It's really hard. Like, honestly, I'm debating moving Inzectors and Stardust down into the Stinky Poo category. VW XYZ Shenanigans, that goes in the poo poo category. Same with Yosinju. Same with Nordic. Um, same with Paleo. It's pretty dead right now. Same with Fluffle or Frightfur, whatever you want to call it. Same with Aliens. Wind Witch can be like the king of the scene poo tier for now. Time Lords, you could play Time Lords. You're probably not going to get far with them, but you'll probably see Time Lords before you see anything under them in the Stinky Poo category. Exo Sister. People are going to be mad at me for putting it this high. Exo Sister is still a good deck. Still does its thing. I always see at least a couple of them in Diamond and Master. And the deck is decent. It's still doing its thing. It's still solid. Gravekeepers. Yeah, we knew it was gonna go there. Esquantal, yeah. UA. I feel like if I'm gonna put Inzector and Time Lord in here, I have to put UA in here. Like, you could play it. They have Perfect Ace. They have other stuff, but it's bad. Please don't play that. Pendulums. Pendulum's in an okay place right now. Can have a little salami. Um, Novellas, you could play it, I guess. It's a thing. It's not horrible. It's not great either. Rika, Rika and okay. So super heavy samurai with their new support. I think the deck is actually going to be decent. I don't think you'll see a lot of people playing it. Keep in mind in the TCG with the support, I believe the deck actually won a regional or like topped at a regional or something. I heard a lot of buzz about it. I feel like the deck is good. I feel like it's going to be right in here. Arrow Mage, no. Emancipator. I guess you could play Emancipator. Ghost Trick, no. Ice Jade. If I'm being fair, if I'm gonna put Speedward in there, and I'm gonna put Gate Guardian in there, Ice Jade's okay. I finally lost to the deck once. Once out of like the 20 times I've played it. But I have lost to it once, and I was playing a meta deck when I lost to it, so if I'm gonna put Blunderays and Speedroids in there, I feel like I gotta put Ice Jade in there. Although I really do want to move it to the you can play it, I guess. Yeah, the deck is just so it's so I feel like it's so fragile. I actually feel like I'd rather run speedwords or generators for it. I'm actually gonna put below speedwords and generators because the deck is it's so fragile. Um Infernal Aids, the doo-doo tier for you, even though I love the deck. We gotta be realistic. Skull Servants, also in the doo-doo tier. Foes go there, Ballpark goes there, Weather Painter goes there, World Chalice goes there. You could play Cosmo at this point. You could. It's not targetable. It does its thing. Feel like it's better than pretty much everything below it. Wouldn't recommend it on the ladder. Nurse Burn, pretty bad right now. Generic zombie variants. Zombies are in an okay place right now, and zombies making everything into a zombie and locking you out of things decent. Zombies in like an okay place right now. Shadal, you can play Shadal. Shadal variants, you can play it right now. Lunalight Tri Brigade, you can play it right now. I don't see why you would, because Zoo Tri, I just feel like is better. Rescue Ace is gonna go in the okay tier. I know this deck isn't there yet, but it's still decent. Salomon Great, I'm actually also gonna put in the okay tier. Ritual Beast, you could play it. It'd be more annoying to your opponent than anything, but you could play it. Ancient Warriors, you also could play it. They can OTK, but it's highly unlikely your opponent will actually let you do that. Yang Xing variants, you could play, but it'd be much better to play like Sword Soul 10E than Yang Xing. If no Sword Soul is in the Yang Xing deck, then the Yang Xing tier goes down here. Same with Monarchs. Melfi, like as an engine and as a deck, there are some combos. Melfi Sprite is still a thing, even though it's severely gimped. But you could play it, and you would definitely beat things like Skull Servant or Hero World Chalice or Nordics with it. Therion is better as an engine, but if you were gonna play Therion, I feel like it's poo poo. Same with Red Eyes. We already covered zombies. I feel like my Akashi kind of falls under zombies. Water, the water lock. Waterlock should go there. I feel like I'd rather play Waterlock than anything below it, even Shadal's. Wind Up is still bad right now. Unchained is still pretty bad right now. Um, Cyverse.deck is still pretty decent. When I mean like Circular and Friends, I feel like it's still good. Probably right there. Plunder Patrol's garbage. Convince me otherwise. Same with Dark Magician. Dark Worlds, you could play it, I guess. Dinosaurs, getting a lot of new support. They'll be okay. They're gonna do dinosaur things. Vanquished. It's a great deck. It is definitely not the best deck in the format right now, but it is a great deck, and I'm having fun playing it. Controversial opinion time. I'm put Black Wings at the ass end of good, and I've actually been seeing this deck a lot in Diamond as I climb to Master. Very weird, but it's still doing its thing. Artifacts bad. Already covered zombies. Here, Cyber Dragons with Clockwork Knights. You could play it. I think that's basically the bar, like the measuring stick before poo tier. Blue Eyes, poo tier. Chainburn, poo tier. Um, Danger goes next to Dark World. You're going to be seeing them together anyway. That's what most of the variants are. Constellar, Teller Knight, whatever. It's definitely in the poo tier. Burning Abyss might make a comeback later on, but right now I still feel like it's stinky. Numeron. Numeron goes in the okay category. It's like Minkonko, except I feel like it's not as good. I feel like it's easier to out. I do feel like it's still just doing its thing. I'm gonna put it up there in the OK category. Pure Rose archetype is bad. Pure Zephyr is bad. You could play Spiral, I guess. Dark Lords, no. That deck's bad right now. D Heroes, no. Dragon Link. I don't know where I really want to put this. The deck is still playable, but I feel like it's kneecapped. I feel like putting it in the you can play it, I guess, category is fair. It could potentially be under OK this format, but I just feel like it really is going to have a hard time, and I don't know how that's going to settle out, but I'm excited to see. Dragon Maid branded, you could play it. Earth Machine Toolbox, if trains are going to be in the you can play it tier, that needs to be there too. Crusadia variants I've actually been seeing a lot of them. Not Crusadia, but whatever it is, you know what I mean. The anti-extra deck one. It's okay. Eldritch is in the trash can right now. Same with Evil Eye. Same with Buster Blader. Same with Pure Spring-Ins. Same with Gladiator Beast. You could play no, Gemini FTA is still bad. It's too inconsistent. Hero. Hero's okay. They have Dark Law. Removal affects a lot of things in the format right now. If your opponent yields Dark Law before you can do anything and they're able to protect it, you're probably going to have a bad time playing any of the decks below it. That's my logic there. Galaxy, this deck is still bad. I've never lost to this deck since I've joined Master Duel. It's bad. Adding Nister, it's a great deck. It is a sleeper hit. So is DDD. With the right pilot, both these are good. Like, adding Nister makes an an unaffected, like 5,000 attack towers type monster. It's good. You can't tell me it's bad. There's so much cyber support. It's good. We're gonna put DDD below it because with the right pilot, the deck is insane. Pure Fairy Tale bad, Exodia bad, Naturia bad, Ogodic bad, Orcus bad. Punk variants. Punk variants are going to be doing things. Right there. There's one. Oh yeah, so the gold deck, the golden ties or whatever that's coming out, they're going to be insane with Punk, actually. I actually might need to move that up a little bit. They're going to be kind of nutty because Punk, basically you can pay the life points, lower life points. You now have less life points than your opponent, so you can resolve all your golden cards. But it's good. There is that deck, by the way, the golden boys. There we go. Pure Predator Plant, no. Even with them getting more of their stuff back, mutants are bad too. Pure Rocket is bad. Actually, well, Pure Rocket. If I want to put Spirals in there, and Cyber Dragon, I feel like it should be in the you can play. Menju variants, you can play it, I guess, with the Dreaming archetype. It's going to be decent enough, or the Nomeria, or whatever you call it. Pure Kaijus are doo-doo. Goki's doo-doo. For Hire's doo-doo. Same with Ophion and the rest of the Evil Swarm. Same with Ice Barrier. You could play Invoked. It's not really that great right now. Lyric Sue Tri-Brigade. Lyric is probably the weakest of those variants right now. We already covered... Oh, no, this is Scraps. Scraps bad. Gusto bad. Six Samurai bad. Crawlers, even though I love the deck, it's bad. We already covered Zombies. Already covered PK Fire. Phantasm Spiral, bad. Madolche is okay. Infernoid, Avoid the Noid. Pretty bad right now. Manadium. Y'all are gonna disagree with me, but I feel like this deck is actually pretty decent. Think it deserves being a good tier. That deck's dead. Pearly. Pearly's like pretty destroyed from the list. You could still play Pearly. Um, I don't know why you would. I don't think you're gonna see it going okay. You could play Subterrors, I guess. S-Force, bad. Runic, Runic's just bad now. All of its cards got taken away. My boy Circular. You could play Strikers. I'd rather play Strikers than anything I put below it. Cash. You could play Cash at this point, I guess. Losing Fenrir to 1 really hurts the deck. Sword Soul Tenyi. It's good. Finally getting Long Wand back at 3. Altergeist, you could play it, I guess. Ooh, Tri-Brigade. Tri-Brigade is back. Tri-Zoo is a decent deck. I'd actually put it higher than Rika. Gearclaw. Gearclaw is good. Scareclaw with the new support and that new fusion monster, Scareclaw is good. We already ranked Sword Soul. Sword Soul and Tenyi go together, so I'm just gonna put them next to each other, like I always do. Thunder Dragon, you could play, I guess. Honestly, I'd rather play Thunder Dragon than anything below it. Adventure, good stuff, is pretty much dead. Dynamorphia. It's okay. Crystal Beast is bad. Sprite is kind of bad right now. Witchcrafter bad. Zeus Turbo bad. We already covered Zoo Tri. I'm going to leave out the Tri Brigade variant. True Draco bad. Magical Musket bad. Trap Tricks. Right there. Labyrinth. There. VW's bad right now. Mac Daddy branded. Best deck of the format. Tier. Tier's in a weird place. They still have like enough to still do tier things, but I feel like the deck is a little bit struggle bus and a little bit lucky. I'll put it next to Labyrinth. And yeah, that is your January 2024 tier list. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.